When I was about 16 years old, I was 17. I was, of course, a theater arts student. I was studying theater arts, but I was very interested in film. And I had written a short film involving a lonely middle-aged man, kind of that introspective character who lives alone, a sort of lonely life, and perhaps does not have a lot of self-esteem at work. And I remember I was able to get a few $100s, and I bought a 16 millimeter Bolex camera. And I asked my Uncle Clarence, who was my father's brother, was, one of the wonderful uncles who would always take us to the movies and sort of indulge us kids in our various things we need an adult for. And I asked my Uncle Clarence, and I dressed him up in a little bit of a costume, and I built a tiny set in our basement in our home, and really made what is the first film I ever made. I photographed it myself and lit it down in the basement, and it had to do with the routine of this man's life, living alone, coming home and to his lonely place, and taking a few cans out of a cupboard and warming up a modest meal, and lying on his bed all alone. And I think this was the beginning of a character that has haunted me, and is an element of the character of Dominique in Youth Without Youth, and certainly the character as in Harry Call in The Conversation. But these themes of the loneliness of this man really represent something that I think continues to haunt me, and may show up again in my work. And I think there's more to do with the personal filmmaking I would like to make in the future than a lot of the work I'm better known for.
Much higher with your mic. Touch higher.
Yeah, there's several things in the film that I've had to do that were kind of vicariously fun. We did a scene where the character is looking for a detecting device, and he slits the back of the furniture, takes a razor blade and slits a couch and an overstuffed chair, and a variety of things like that, which kind of fun if you never had a chance to do that. I also had to learn to play the saxophone, a couple just minor kind of riffs that I play on the saxophone, and that was kind of interesting. I learned to pick locks, just almost. I learned to do enough so that when I did it, it would actually look as if I was doing it. Using some of the electronic equipment in the film was interesting. A lot of that kind of thing that one normally wouldn't have access to. It's an interesting film in that way too. The technology of the film is very accurate. We have a warehouse, a shop that this character has developed and is put together, and it's very complete. If you pull out a drawer, you'll find exactly what the label on the drawer says, and maybe you would say that, well, why do you need that? And maybe you don't need it, except that if an actor knows that if he pulls out any drawer there and wants to use that particular piece as a prop, it's going to be there. I suppose that helps in the long run to have that kind of reality.
One of the things that I noticed was like how Francis is like in the scene in the warehouse with the whole group of people. How was that played like a play?
Yeah.
And how that must have felt as an actor.
That was unusual, where there was 6 or 7 other characters besides myself. And we worked in there for 4 or 5 days, and we did many setups and a variety of angles. We did one shot that was 360 degrees around, and we covered the thing completely. And at the end of all that, we took about 2 hours to set up a giant master shot. The scene runs 23 pages long, so I suppose it's about 24, 25 minutes long.
2.
One of the really interesting things that I've found in working on this particular film is the kind of relationship between Francis Coppola and myself. That I didn't really know Francis that well before we started the film. I had met him. I was offered this film prior to The Godfather opening, and I read it and I wanted to do it, and we made the deal for it before he became like the hottest director around. which was kind of interesting to me because I was very taken with the material. And in getting to know Francis, we worked through all great areas of I suppose disliking each other in some ways, and yet finally having some kind of respect and consideration.
I don't know what to get him for Christmas. It's already got everything.
Doesn't need anything anymore.
Well, I haven't decided what I'm going to get you yet.
Well, you better shop around.
But what about me?
Let's see.
Oh, you're no fun? You're supposed to tease me, give me hints, you know.
Doesn't it bother you?
Yeah.
Walking around in circles.
Oh, that's true. But every time I see one of them, I always think the same thing. I always think that he was once somebody's baby. Don't laugh at me. Really, I do. I think he was once somebody's baby boy, and he had a mother and a father, and they worried themselves to death if he so much as swallowed a marble or anything. And now look at him. Where are his mother and his father, all his uncles now? Anyway, that's what I always think. What do you always think? Yeah.
Oh. Guess I always think about the newspaper strike they had in New York. 50 of those poor guys froze to death in one night.
Just because there were no newspapers?
Yeah, that's what they used to keep themselves warm.
Oh, that's terrible.
Who thought of this conversation anyway?
You did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You just don't remember it. Oh, Mark, it's okay. We can talk.
I just don't think I can stand this.
You know, you're going to make me cry if you do that.
I know, me too.
No, don't.
God.
That's it. Just take a bite out of your sandwich and pretend like I told you a joke or something.
Who told you that one? You see?
Who else?
How you feel?
Oh, you know.
It's a nice day. Yesterday was kind of shitty.
Do you think we can do it?
Let's go get a drink. Can we go get a drink?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to get a drink. I'm tired. Tired of beer.
Tired of me?
Let's get it over with. Later in the week. Friday, maybe?
Friday, definitely.
Okay.
When?
3 o'clock. Be sick.
Look, do you see that man right there?
No, where?
Right there, the one that just passed us?
Yeah.
Well, he's been following us very close. Oh, God, it'll be so good to be over with this. I love you.
You've been spending too much time here.
I'm not going back there. Don't go back there, not just yet. Stay a while.
All right.
No, he's tapping my phone.
He had half a chance he'd kill us both.
Oh, no, don't go back there. Not just yet. Just stay a little while longer.
Take one. Roll 17, take 3.
I didn't think you were coming.
Just for a while.
Oh.
I brought this wine. Someone gave me a birthday present.
I didn't know it was your birthday.
I should have called.
You never do. I'd like me to. Then I might not be here if you came over. How old are you, Harry?
44.
You're exactly twice as old as I am. That's sweet. When you were my age, I was being born. Sweet. Does something special happen between us on your birthday?
Like what?
Like something personal?
Like what?
Like you telling me about yourself, your secrets.
I don't have any secrets.
Well, where do you live? Why can't I call you there?
I don't have a telephone.
But you do have secrets, Harry. I know. Sometimes you come here, but you don't let me know. Once I saw you down by the staircase hiding for a whole hour. I think you're jealous. Sweet. The only thing you'll ever catch me at, Harry, is waiting for you. You know, you have a way of coming to that door very quiet, like a little mouse. Then whizz, the door goes open, and you're standing there like you think you're going to catch me at something. Oh, Harry, how can you be jealous of me? Sometimes I even think that you're listening to me, you know? I think you're listening to me on the telephone.
Imagine things.
Where do you work?
I have my own business.
What kind of business?
I don't like people to ask too many. Sing that now.
It's pretty.
Why now? Why that song?
Harry, what's the matter?
Someone else singing that song.
A girl?
Yes.
Now I'm jealous. Who is she?
I don't know why. It's nothing.
Where do you work, Harry?
Different places, different jobs. I'm a musician. Freelance musician.
Do you live alone?
Why are you asking questions all of a sudden?
Because it's your birthday and I want to know something about you.
Yes, I live alone and I don't want to answer any more questions. Your rent is due this week. Here. I gotta go now. You never used to ask me questions.
I was happy you came tonight, Harry. I was happy when I heard the little mouse at my door. My toes were dancing under the covers. But now, I don't think I'm going to wait for you anymore.